Presented by ScottKingDesigns.com. Hosted by Jeff Klein.
Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of him.
Jason Place.
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
And SKD. Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Talkin Moto Podcast, Monday, October 13th. What's going on, Jason? Oh no. I've lost Jason. Talk to me, Jason. Oh no. Alright, guys, hopefully you can hear me. I can't hear Jason for some reason. So thanks everyone for listening to us this year. So got one more race left. Got the Monster Energy Cup coming up this weekend. So thought we'd do just a little preview of what's going on, and maybe hopefully Jeff will get in here. I was thinking we could do some picks and do our top three on who we think would win. Are you back, buddy? Oh no. But, God, I don't know what's going on with the mic. Sorry, guys. So thanks, everyone, for listening. I see, Matt, you're in the chat room. So awesome, Matt. You're with the Plainview Power Sports. It's pretty cool. I was able to talk to him a couple weeks ago down at Millville. Motokazi, Pro Action by FTM, MB1 Suspension, Black Diamond MX, Minnesota District 23, Hardline MX, Jason, he's rocking the Northland MX. I seen they had like 165 on the Facebook, so you guys are on there. You're going to go riding somewhere, post up on there and, maybe ride together or, plan a trip. I know the weather's going to be turning here, so hopefully soon, eventually it's going to happen. So I'm sure there's a lot of guys going down south to go riding. The Bicycle Works, the Damn Bait Shop, the boys at the Open Mic Podcast, Scott King Designs, as always. And if you guys can, make sure you're liking us on Facebook, facebook.com/Talkin Moto, and Instagram at Talkin Moto Podcast. Twitter is at Talkin Moto. I hear ya.
I'm here.
I thought I lost you.
No, I don't know. There was a loud noise outside. I was trying to decide if somebody was pounding on the door or not.
Oh, I started talking and I just hear dead silence right when I hit something. I'm like, oh crap. So, Matt, I see got the chat room going. So sorry, Matt, we have no guest on tonight. You just have to listen to our lovely voices.
I'm going to pretend to be the guest again tonight.
Oh. That works.
Yeah.
Well, maybe before we start talking about that, you wrapped up, well, you didn't wrap up, but you started the 2015 season this weekend. Is that how that all works?
Yeah, something like that.
So what do you think of that? Like it? Hate it?
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, actually.
I know I did it only one time. I think I did that was back in the old 16 to 24 days.
Aha.
So, yeah, if you guys don't know, Jason raced Millville's. Now, that's their Super Series, so their last race of this year goes towards next year's points. So, good deal. They get a decent turnout.
I could not believe how many people were there. I never heard a account, but when I got there on Saturday, a buddy of mine had gotten there before me. I told him go in the pro pits. That's where I'm going. And I get a text like half hour before I get there that says pro pits are full. And I'm like, yeah, right. I pull in there and they weren't full, but there was a lot of people parked in the pro pits.
Awesome.
Compared to how, it's been this year. So
Cool. Now, they had a bunch of stuff because obviously Saturday had practice, and then they kind of do, the whole Halloween, pumpkin, all that other fun stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, they had the big Halloween bash. I didn't stick around for that. Number one, I'm afraid of cold, and retreated to the nice warm comfort of my mom and dad's house. And also, I didn't have any candy to give out to trick-or-treaters, so I figured it was best to just retreat.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What's going on, Jeff?
Not much, guys. Just got home. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, no worries. No worries.
What are you talking about? You're early.
Oh.
Usually we're at least 15 minutes in before you show up.
I'm sorry I'm early then.
Go do something. Come back.
No, I just walked in the door and got my stuff all set up. I'm ready to rock.
Sweet.
I had to go look. I thought maybe that was you pounding on my door.
I would never do that to you.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time you interrupted a podcast by knocking on my door.
Yeah, I did that one.
Mm-hmm.
And we tag teamed it.
We did, somewhat.
Oh, shoot. Well, heck, let's just dive right into it. Hey, first off, I want to say thanks to Cody for that nice little Instagram post.
Cody Slark. I think he's begging to be on the show, so we're going to have to work on that.
All right. What's that?
What are you talking about?
He just posted a picture of his front fender with the Talkin Moto, and I don't remember something about tuning in tonight and how nice we are and a bunch of nice things. So
He said we help him out. I'm not really sure. Apparently he has a better sponsor package than I do from Talkin Moto, because I don't know that we helped him out at all. But
well, he does have the sticker on the front fender, which is a guaranteed. I thought we figured this out at 5 horsepower.
Oh, fair enough. Either way, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, buddy. Miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna start getting emotional.
Oh, waterwork.
I do have something I want to put together with all the local guys that are going to be trying the Supercross stuff. Hopefully this next week I'll get around to it. So
Open up your check. Write a big fat check.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check in with the wife, see if that's okay. Probably not, but you can try
I'm
it.
first.
Just make sure you ask for, what's the saying? Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's right. Well, I am married now, so I can use that. Owen wants some stickers. Jason, do you have any more left?
No.
We're out. Oh, boy.
No. I had to stick the last one on the trailer.
I think you should go peel them off of that van.
I thought that would have been funny if you told Caleb you had to take them off.
I'm never peeling another sticker off that van.
Those would
We've had this discussion.
Those will come off super easy. They haven't been on there that long.
Why would we peel them off, though? It's awesome advertising sitting in Caleb's driveway.
Well, it never goes anywhere, so who's getting the advertisement? The neighbors across the street?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
It's been kind of funny the last 2 races kind of being incognito and not having Talkin Moto plastered all over the rig.
Come on. It's a good time. All right. So that's it. What else is there for district stuff? Banquet time, and that's about it, huh?
Banquet time, big sanction meeting. All kinds of fun stuff going on.
How late or how long does metal run? They just go till it starts snowing?
Yeah, pretty much, I think, or till the ground freezes, whichever comes first.
Because I was gonna say that's it. They're still running practice up north, right? I thought I seen,
Well, there's still fall fling this weekend at Millville on Sunday.
and that's just the open practice.
Yep.
Nice. That'd be
That's-
What's that, Jeff?
That's just Sunday,
Yep, just Sunday. That's why I was asking you today when you were coming home.
isn't it? Didn't it used to be Saturday and Sunday?
I don't think so. I think it's always been just Sunday.
Yeah, I believe you're wrong on that. But
I probably am.
it's all right.
Ever get drunk and forget? Happened to me once.
It is.
I know Owen just posted in the chat room that when I know Motokazi's banquet is November 22nd. I don't know when the Spring Creek one is. I'll have to look. I'll look it up and get it posted on the old website.
You'd think I'd remember, but I do not.
No worries. No worries. All right, Jeff. Who's going to win this weekend?
Well, I did a little research on that, and I don't know. I got about 3 possible winners, I think. And there's 3 motos, so I'm gonna call them all for a moto. I'm gonna
Oh,
call Tomac and Kennard.
Wow.
hang on. Okay, this is going to work out good, and I have no idea who my picks are yet. I thought for fun we could do do the top 3 for overall. So,
Don't you like how he asks you a question, you answer that question, then he goes and makes it more difficult?
Yeah. Use it up. I gotta pick. Go ahead. Let's hear your idea.
whoa, no,
We should have done this like in rounds, so first round, second round, third round, because now we know who Jeff's gonna pick.
no, it don't matter. You can pick whoever you want. I just want to.
It's not fair now.
Who do you think's going to get first, second, and third overall?
God, I think. Well, let's see here. Tomac's the only one. Well, Tomac and Kennard are coming off of. They're on bikes that they've been on, so they should be pretty comfortable. Barsha's on a new bike, but I think he's got a whole shot with that big Yamaha 450. And it's 10-lap races, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't really think about who's going to win the overall. I would love to say Tomac, but the guy is so freaking. He's a conundrum wrapped in an enigma.
Those are too big of words to be using on this show.
They're actually pretty small words, but they have special
Mixture.
meanings.
Oh,
He's wrapped in a candy wrapper. I don't know. He's just never consistently fast, or he's consistently fast. He's never like consistently the fastest though. So, I don't know what to say about him, other than I wish he was more consistent.
this is tough. It's tough.
Do we know what Stewart's status is?
I was on Transworld before we started, and from what I got out of Transworld is he doesn't know yet.
Well, I heard that he currently cannot race,
He
but
can.
he's working to try to get it squared away.
Okay.
How much money will he have to pay for them to let him race?
That's the question. But here's the thing: indicator. Like, if he can race this, I'd say he'll probably figure out a way to race Supercross. But if he can't race this, I don't think. I mean, I suppose they're supposed to hear what in like November here. They're supposed to hear the final like appeal decision.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was going to be a couple weeks before
Yeah,
we got the final.
that would
wording.
just really suck if he was done. I got to be honest. I mean, it's not so much. I mean, life goes on. Obviously, like everything will continue to race, and people will remember him. But that's just got to be a crappy way to end your career. But if he was beaten the whole damn time, then serves him right, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's and we talked about it before too. It's well, I don't know. I think they got the rules out there, and the rules are rules, and you got caught. So
Is he the only one? Is he the only one cheating, or was he just the only one that got caught?
right. I think
That's the thing that's about it, because it's probably way more commonplace than what we think, and yeah,
I think it's pretty commonplace. So, but I think that's a good question, whether or not he's the only one that got caught or what. That's hard to say.
but whatever.
And who knows if it's really, I mean, obviously we've already beat this dead horse a million times, but
Kick him while he's down.
who's to say it was really cheating anyway? I mean, how much of an advantage was it really, if any?
I don't know if it's necessarily. Dear Lord.
Toot toot.
Emails. Who's emailing me? Knock it off.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily him cheating, but just should have told him what he was doing,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know. I think if he can race, I think he's got a pretty good chance at winning it. That's my opinion. But
If he was on the list, he would be my pick to win it.
right.
But he's not. So he's not.
The thing totally plays into his favor, though, with the short, 10 lap. I mean, he's a heat race king.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. I mean, I think that it should be kind of fun. It's kind of nice that, there's a bunch of people on new bikes, and there isn't anyone there that is really going to stand out, head and shoulders above the others. So it shouldn't be like a single rider beatdown, And now,
I think right now, just the way it's setting up, I think it's kind of setting up to be one of the best Monster Cups ever.
What's the format? Is it? I can't remember. Is there a light or a 250, 450 division, or is it?
No, it's pretty much just you. Oh, what was that?
I said I feel like an idiot for asking, because it seems like I should know this, but I don't have any idea what the format is. Whether it's just a 3. I don't know.
As far as I know, it's Cup class, Amateur All Stars, and Super Mini, and that's what you get.
Yep. And I'm
So
guessing.
is there guys in the 250s?
I think you can ride any bike, can't you?
Yeah, because I know there was an article on Cooper Webb that, going racing a 250, and he, knows everyone else is on a bigger bike, so he's going to be on a 450. So you could run a 250 if you wanted to. Maybe Travis should come back with the 500.
I think I better load up and head west.
So, but Owen's lighting up the chat room. So I know Reed's doing it, and then I know Stewart is on the entry list, but I don't know. I'm gonna have
It's
to.
not on the website, so according to Transpo, right? The Monster Cup website doesn't list Stewart.
Sad. I don't think Reed will be a factor.
I don't either.
I got Dungy for third, and honestly, I don't know if he's even gonna make it. Don't be mad at me.
Jason, did you see that Reed's running Olin suspension now?
I did.
That should make you happy, huh?
It really has no effect on me.
Oh, doesn't reaffirm your decision to run Olin?
No, the only opinion that matters as far as my suspension is my opinion. So
Well, Reed might give you a high five if he knew you were rocking the stuff. So
he might. I doubt it. He'd probably not pay any attention to me.
All right, Jeff. So who do you think? Still gonna go Kennard Barsha?
No, I'm gonna go Barsha for the win, the overall.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be. I bet he's been riding that Yamaha for quite some time, even though he claims he hasn't or whatever. But I think he'll be ripping. I do. Remember how good Brayton was on that bike? Brayton had some really good rides in Supercross, and I think Barsha will rip on that bike. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, so who's second and third?
I think Kennard beats Tomac.
Interesting.
Jason, would you like to give your top three?
Oh, let's see here. First to third. How do I want to do this? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm probably going to be called an idiot, but I'm going to say Dean Wilson.
Ooh.
Oh, I picked him earlier too.
I'm going to go Wilson, Kennard, Baggett.
Whoa.
Ooh, Baggett will be good. I'm not gonna lie, Baggett will be damn good. He'll be a rocket ship off the start. He's like 100 pounds.
I've been kind of on the fence between Baggett and Dungey for third, but I think Baggett's going to lay it on the line. Again, with, like you say, he'll be a rocket off the start, and with short races, I think he's going to be tough to beat. So, and I hope you're writing all this down, Scott, because I already forgot who I picked.
No.
You know what? I was going to pick Wilson too because I feel like that KTM was like a huge improvement for him for some reason, and I don't know if it just because it seems to me like the KTM's better for the taller riders.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense. But he's like really tall and lanky as heck. So, but like I don't know what it is about his setup right now, but he looks really good. Like it's just a really cool look, and I don't know. It's exactly the same look that Roxon pretty much ran, except for I think it's answer gear.
Yeah.
But it looks awesome. Like I don't know, that gear combo and his bike color and everything looks really good at straight rhythm. So, but yeah, I was gonna pick him too. I can't believe I left him out. Shit.
Would you want
I
to?
think, nope, you can't change it.
Oh.
He'll still be working the bug down in Supercross.
I think Millsaps will be somebody to look out for too. I expect him to be right up there.
I bet he'll lead some laps, but I think he'll peter out because he's been off for a long time.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I read how long he's been out. It's 17 months he's been off the bike.
It's been a long time.
He rode with
Well,
Supercross at 13.
I should maybe take that back. It's been 17 months since he's raced.
Yeah.
So,
That's a long time.
so I don't know if my picks are worth a darn or not. I put Kennard winning, and I went with Barsha for second, and I'm going Dungey for third.
Feel good pick.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it'd be too much if they were to say do 15 lap races, you know. But I don't know. I think the short, even though they're longer than a heat race, but obviously quite a bit shorter than a main. But
Do you think Dungey will take the Joker lane twice every moto just to make sure he did it?
I bet he takes it earlier in the race this time.
Probably not a terrible idea.
let's just hope his shifter doesn't fall off.
What do you guys think about the Joker lane? And its like, what your strategy be?
I think you got to go early. I've always felt that way about it. Go early, get it out of the way, then you don't have to worry about it. You can just go racing.
Yeah, but the critics of that theory will say that earlier in the race, you're likely to be passed by more guys, and so then you'll have to pass more guys
Yeah, but every one of those guys is going to have to go through the Joker lane. I think it depends on your start. Obviously, if you start your top 5, you probably don't go early because you lose a lot of track position. But if you're in the back, you might as well go get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If you got a shitty start, I would just probably dive in there right away and then go to town. Hammer out 10 of the hardest laps you could and see what happens. Because what is it worth? It's worth about what, like 5 seconds or something? Didn't they determine that last time around?
Well, it's a little bit different this time, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out because it's a little more of a rhythm section. It's not just I guess I don't know what you would have called it before, kind of maybe just a second whoop section or something. But
Well,
it'll be interesting to see how how much more or less time it takes than in the past.
Well, that one year it was almost like a bunch of sand washed landmines. Looked kind of sketchy, but this year doesn't actually look. Yeah, like you said, Jason, doesn't look that bad.
I just think you got to get it out of the way early, at least before the halfway point, just because it would really suck to be battling for the lead and last lap you still haven't gone through the Joker lane.
And cost you 100 G's.
I wonder, though, like, if I was in a head-to-head battle with the guy, like if I was behind him and pacing him, I think I would want to take it first. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would want to take it first and get it out of the way so I knew he had to do it at some point, like after I had already taken it. Because you'd think that would give you, I don't know, I feel like that would be like motivation to take it and then pace him, try to catch him as good as you can, and then when he takes it, the fact that you were close enough to make the pass easy on yourself, not have to even battle him for it, just take it from him.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's an interesting aspect of it. I like the theory behind it. It's pretty cool.
So obviously, you like it, or could you go away from not having it at all?
No, I like it. I like the extra, it's just another element of strategy. I like the fact that you got to use your head a little bit when you're out there. I think that's kind of neat.
For this one race, I like it. For those that when they first came out with it thought, oh, they should have this at every Supercross. I disagree wholeheartedly with that, but for this race being what it is, basically being an exhibition, why not? You're right. It adds another element. It's fun. It's hilarious when people forget it.
Here's some.
Even more when people forget it.
Okay, here's something else that I'm just kind of noticing. I'm looking at the track map. So, obviously when they come into the... I don't know, you couldn't do that. That would screw up the split start. Never mind. I was going to say, they have those 2 outer lanes, and both of them are, a straightaway with a ski jump. It was like... I get it. You're already going outside, and they're kind of doing a bunch of other stuff, so... But if you put in a rhythm lane there, and else you made them identical, you would lose the split start and having them join in the middle, I guess. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Good, because I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Going back to the whole format thing, I like the idea of maybe incorporating the different main event style races into the Supercross season. I like the idea of maybe 2 10-lap or 15-lap races for the main, because it's, the 20 laps is unless you've got a good battle going on, 20 laps is just too much. It's just so repetitive, and usually if a guy's faster, he's just going to stretch out a bigger lead in 20 laps. And I I think that at a few rounds they could try to change the format of the main events. I think it would be kind of cool because then you could showcase guys as like some guys might have really good sprint speed for 10 laps or whatever. You know, they might be able to do a ridiculous pace for 10 laps, but can't do it for 20. And I think that would maybe produce a better all around, maybe a better picture of who's the better all around rider at the end of the year as far as the championship, a little more well-rounded championship. Because you got to be good at, you got to have good endurance and you got to have good focus, and then you also got to have really good sprint speed and aggression in the short races. I'm maybe just making no sense at all, but
No, I think it's good. Yeah, because then you're not going to have. Yeah, because it does get boring when it's, the guys.
well, like the lappers would be less of a factor, I think, if you put the races down in length. We saw a couple times, I don't know if it was last year, but a few years ago, you see a couple times where lappers really screw up a race, or there's a battle that's, kind of coming, and then all of a sudden the guy in second gets jacked by a lapper, and it just takes the air out of the race, if he loses time and isn't able to mount a charge because of it. So it's that could be alleviated a little bit by that. But I like the intensity of if you got a short race, I love the intensity of the opening laps. When everyone's just going as fast and as aggressive as they can, and then usually it kind of settles out a little bit and everyone gets into their pace. And I think that if you shorten it up and everyone had a little more urgency, you'd have a lot more aggressiveness in the beginning, and it would just be the intensity would be higher. But I'd like to see him do something with heat races too, and that's something that I think would be kind of neat to see him give award points for a heat race. Maybe just the podium of a heat race gets points. See guys going harder in a heat race. Maybe it's only worth 3 points for a win, 2 for second, and 1 for third, but make it mean something. Other than gate fish,
No good?
I don't know. I agree with the fact that, a shorter main events obviously is going to make for, more intense racing. The issue is, okay, if you make 450s 2 main events, 250s or 2 main events, how do you fit that all into one program when you have heat racing and everything else involved?
36-second lap times.
Drop the semis.
Then we're back to arena cross.
Oh, shoot.
Well, maybe the 250s. Maybe you switch it up so that at the rounds that have. Because I'm not saying every round. You know what I mean? I'm saying like some rounds do the different format for the main event. I'm not sure if any other sport does something like that, where there's like different styles of racing throughout the same series. I don't even know if that's a thing.
I don't really think you could do that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you did it for one, you'd have to do it for all.
Why?
That's what I think. I just think it needs to be the same. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just
Whatever.
Whoa.
Now he's getting pissy.
If you don't want anything to change, why don't you become a district board member?
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Jeff, I was thinking about you the other day when I saw Barsha and Diana's commercial.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
That's kind of cheesy.
I've heard. Well, yeah, I heard like Barsha was washing a car or something in it, wasn't he?
I watched it once and that was it.
Yeah.
But
I got up with beef about something that I saw posted online, and it goes back to what we talked about last time we did a show where we were talking about how I know Jason was big on getting out and getting involved with the board, and I got no problem with that. That's good advice and it's a good idea if you want to see things change, get involved that way. But I noticed that, like, someone posted something on Facebook about getting involved beyond, what was it, beyond, I don't know, beyond being on Facebook, basically, or having an opinion on Facebook or something. But, and then I started thinking, isn't it the jobs of the class reps to represent the people in that class? And that's, I mean, if they know our opinions, at least they should be representing what the people within that class want. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with making your opinions heard on Facebook or any other means if you can make your opinions heard to the class rep. That's what their job is, to go out and carry out that on behalf of the class.
I agree with that, and I know who posted it. He's a past buddy of ours, quote unquote. But to a certain extent, you're right. It is the job of the class rep to do that. But to the other extent is the big changes, like the proposed rule changes every year, the board doesn't vote on that. The actual body of the district votes on that. So you really need to be, at one meeting a year, go to the yearly meeting. That's all you have to do, and get your, vote on stuff. That's all you got to do.
Do you think it would be possible to do votes by mail? Like, send out a ballot to the membership and then ask them to send it back? Because I feel like getting 3,000 people to participate in a meeting once a year, yeah, it's only once a year, but there's 3,000 people in the district or whatever.
Yeah, but I think you're forgetting about the amount of time that would take. And also, you're going to laugh at me, but, having to do with that mailing and all that crap, that takes up a lot of somebody's time. And,
well, yeah, man. But so does put a meeting, there's a lot of expense involved in both, I would think. But I feel like if you hold a meeting, all you're going to get is the squeaky wheels, and they're the ones that are going to get the grease. If you make it easy, which I'm not saying it's hard for a district or for the meeting, but it takes time, and people don't have time anymore. I don't have time to do anything, so I can understand people that feel like they don't have time to go to do these things.
No,
but
I have to disagree, because if you have time to go racing, you have time to go to a meeting for a couple hours once a year.
Well, maybe it's just not important enough then to go to.
Well,
for some people.
Yeah, like, I think maybe I'm stepping or going backwards to what maybe Jeff was saying. It was like, I see where maybe Jason's coming from too. It's like, yeah, you can get on Facebook and rant all you want, but like, you need to go to the meeting and voice your opinion there. I don't think you should. The class rep guy shouldn't have to go on to Facebook. I mean, you could go on to Facebook to see where people are all coming from, but yeah, I think I don't
think that Facebook should be the means of doing it. I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with putting your opinion out there, and maybe, obviously, unless you actually go message the rep on Facebook, there's no saying that there's no way to know if he's getting the message or not, or he or she or whatever. But I mean, my point is that if you're going to take up the position of a class rep, you're going to volunteer for it, you should be there to, try to represent the class that you're there for in their best interest. And part of that would be to know what, or to at least try to find out what they want or what's best for that class.
I could see that too.
I think a lot of times...
But when it comes to the annual meeting, and that's where a majority of the changes take place, that one class rep that you want to represent you only has one hand.
Right.
Well, then what is the purpose of the rep?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I don't know.
Go away.
Oh yeah, like Owen's got the chat rooms blown up tonight.
I can't actually look at the chat. I'm probably pissing a lot of people off now.
Oh no. Owen said you can go onto the district site and find out who your class rep is and email them and get their phone number, or email and phone number. So, but I don't know if Jason's still there.
My whole point of that thing was just to say that I think we should the district as a whole should try to make it as easy as possible to hear the wishes of all of their, members. And I understand that the annual meeting, but there's probably a lot of people that don't even know about the annual meeting and how it works.
Right.
So I'm not really sure. I don't know. Like, I should probably read this thing, huh?
What are you reading?
I just jumped into the chat room.
I just really don't know how it could be any easier. I really don't. I mean, I couldn't even count how many times yesterday Guy went through the whole how the meeting works, when it's going to be, what to do, all that. Everything's out there on the internet. I disagree, plain and simple. Easier for you, yeah. It makes it 100 times more difficult for the people that already put in a ton of time for a lot of members that really just apparently don't give a crap.
Because, Jason, you've gone to quite a few of them, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I'm not saying you have to be at every monthly meeting. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's one annual meeting.
Nope. I think you're right. Have you guys heard this? Matt posted this in the chat room, said that he heard that Arkansas might be getting some district races next year.
I have not heard that, and I don't know how that's possible, but what do I know?
Because I always forget Arkansas. That's Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't Grantsburg a district race? And Grantsburg, that's Wisconsin too, correct?
I'm not exactly sure how all that works.
Let's see.
I know last year they wanted to try to get in, and the whole deal was they were plain and simple not in our district.
Right.
But anything beyond that, I don't know.
Let's see here. I might have to do some digging in. Owen's talking about the newsletter and all that stuff, so I might have to look into that a little bit myself.
Yeah, he's saying you can send a position letter? I guess I don't know. I mean...
You guys want to take a break? Cool down a second?
I'm cool.
Jason's cool. All right, guys, let's hit up the break, and then we'll come back and wrap this baby up. Sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin Moto podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin Moto podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out motokazi.com for more details. We would like to thank Mike from MB1 Suspension. Based out of Corona, California, they offer suspension, engine, and coating services. Please give them a call today at 951-371-5045 or check them out online at mb1suspension.com and make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin Moto podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from the Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. The Talkin Moto podcast is proud to announce that they've teamed up with Plainview Power Sports. Plainview Power Sports is your Kawasaki motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side headquarters. Located in Plainview, Minnesota, you can reach them at 507-534-3520 or check them out online at plainview-powersports.com. All right, thanks everyone for listening to us on the Talkin Moto podcast. We really appreciate it. If you can, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Support those that are supporting us. Everyone's link is up on the website. We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. Everything gets posted up on YouTube. So please give us a like, share, subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So let's get back to it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Yeah, like the commercial says, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Give us a little love on there. We got the Amazon link up, so if you guys don't know, if you use that link, it's pretty much just like Amazon. Pulls everything from Amazon, so gives us a little kickback. So we're trying to get that rolling. Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes. Yeah, come back, listen to us on YouTube. So it's kind of weird. Some weeks it seems like Stitcher gets all the listens, or I usually do most of mine on SoundCloud. And then I think last week the freaking YouTube was blowing up. So it's kind of neat when you guys listen and what you listen from. So. All right.
I'm a big fan of the cloud.
Like the cloud?
Oh.
It's easy. So
it
easy.
Is.
Shoot. All right. I'm impressed with the chatter in the chat room tonight.
Yeah, where'd all these people come from?
I don't know. I have no idea. But it is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like Grantsburg was grandfathered in, Owen was saying, so not a fan of that place, but a little sandy for my liking.
You either love it or you hate it. I've only been there once, and I believe it was 32 degrees and half snow, half sleet, half rain that day. It was pretty miserable.
Did you guys hear how Mazeppa did this weekend? Didn't they have like a hair scramble this weekend?
Yeah, they had a hair scramble. I've heard very little about it.
The only thing I saw was Clayton had posted a few photos. I'm guessing he must have went to Millville on Saturday and then hit up the hare scramble on Sunday, so it sounded like he had a good time. But yeah, I haven't heard either how it all went or what the numbers were. But so yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Now that I got everyone all fired up.
I don't know. Are we fired up?
I don't know. I'm fine. I'm still debating on my picks, though.
Did we scare Jeff away?
Oh, no. He's here. He's just not speaking.
He's just not talking to us.
Ice down.
Ice down. Drama. Gotta love drama.
No drama, Christ. I just asked if they could send in ballots or whatever without going to the meeting. I don't know how.
Well,
That's
apparently,
knock
apparently
it off.
You got a few people.
I got.
What was that?
You said I got a few people.
A few people wound up. I don't know.
not really. I don't think.
All right.
I was been trying to avoid that kind of talk because, you know, hearing some feedback about the show that kind of, you know, people kind of feel like it gets boring when we start talking about that stuff. So.
Oh. They don't like the district talk?
Well, you know, we are entertainment. Whatever.
They
I don't
want
know
to
what
talk
I'm
about
talking
get their own show.
That's true. That's true. That's 2 weeks in a row that the listeners have been called out.
Damn listeners.
It's so
But
funny.
apparently it's working because I don't think the chat room's ever been this full.
We're gonna crash it. No. I didn't see anything other than the little bit on Racer X, but I seen Jason Anderson won that Stockholm Supercross thing over the weekend. If that entertains anyone.
I wasn't even aware there was a Stockholm Supercross thing over the weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet. Kind of quiet.
A little bit hush-hush, eh?
You know, you guys want a random... This is completely off subject. Non-moto related at all. Do you want to hear it? So, I get a phone call Saturday, and I missed the call, and then like with my phone or whatever, you get like I call it the broken English version of what they tried to say in a text version. So like I'm trying to read it, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna call this guy back. So I call this guy back, and apparently he is like the costume designer for... Ever heard of this American Horror Stories TV show?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He was calling me.
He's a genius.
Why was he calling you? I saw that. I'm like, why the hell is he trying to get a hold of Scott?
Hey,
So
you should see the clown they have on that show. It's the scariest clown you'll ever see.
I haven't. I think the wife recorded it. I haven't watched it yet. But so he was calling because they must have had some T-shirt, and they only had one, and all they needed to do was pull like some lettering off, and he was wondering if I knew of any chemical that you could put on the shirt that would remove it, but not wreck the shirt. And he got my name and number off one of my YouTube videos. I did like a how-to on screen printing. So that's how he got my name and number.
Interesting.
So it's kind of random. Pretty funny, though. I laughed. And that is all. That is my American Horror Stories claim to fame.
Yeah, they've got a decent costume designer there, I would say. I think I'm not so pumped on the way the show's gone. I'm sorry. I don't know if you want to go on this topic or not, but I've watched all 3 seasons of it, and this is the 4th season, and I'm not. There's been a couple disappointments, but overall it's pretty good. I'd say it's very entertaining. It can be kind of scary, but not like. I mean, it can be more creepy than scary. But
I thought
it's
the
good.
first season was awesome. Second season, they kind of lost me, and I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, I would agree with. First season has been the best. Second season, um, second season was kind of, to me, it was probably the worst. It had a pretty decent story, but they had some stuff in it that was like totally unanswered, and I hate when they introduced a bunch of stuff that had no bearing on the show and then never had any closure on it whatsoever, which bugged me. But then the next season, yeah, it was all right. One thing that bugs me about shows is when you start, when a show can kill a person off and it no longer means anything because they reincarnate too many people, that's a problem for me. Because then there's nothing that's going to shock you. If they kill someone off, you just keep thinking, well, they're just going to come back, they're just going to bring them back, because that's what they do. So
That's one of the problems with those FX shows anyway. I mean, I don't know how many of those you watch, but I've actually kind of been a fan of a lot of their shows, but it is the same people in every one of their shows, it seems like. So, and it's obviously the same writers writing all of them because they do the same thing to every show they have. They always have way more questions than they can have answers to at the end, and it just gets annoying.
yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, you lose that shock value. Like in a show, when you kill off a pretty serious character, it's usually pretty shocking. But not if it's a show about witches and they can just reincarnate them and boom, it's back to normal.
Double shocking.
Yeah, no, it's kill them off again then. Maybe the second time it's permanent or something.
Whoa.
I don't know. One of them things that bugs me about shows.
Stupid TV.
And speaking of that, like FX gets away with a lot. Like cable network gets away with a lot of nudity type sexual stuff. Like it's crazy how different it is than even when we were younger, Jason. You'd never see stuff like this on regular cable TV until maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, they're starting to get away with more and more, it seems like. I think that's why all their big name shows are on after 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they got 2 versions of that. I guess one maybe starts at 8, the other one starts at 9. And then after 9, they can swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 and 10 or whatever. So after the later one, they can swear. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. They can make some pretty decent shows now for television. Not like it used to be, where shows on TV kind of sucked.
No, for sure.
Do you guys want to do something kind of fun? I thought maybe would be kind of neat.
I like fun.
I bought a book tonight that's called Weird But True. So I thought I'd read 3 weird but true facts out of it. Totally non-motocross related, and maybe everyone will hate it, but I was gonna try to find some here.
I'm gonna strap in here for Weird But True with Woodrow.
The Inca of South America built more than 20,000 miles of roads, but had no wheels or horses to ride on them.
Were they just
So,
bored?
roads to walk on.
Wow. They were either very ambitious or...
Well, how hard is it to walk on the ground? Like, I mean, yeah, walking on a road is easier, but man, that's a lot of work to make a road just to walk on.
And where were they going? I mean, it's not like they had anywhere to go.
I don't know, 20,000 miles of roads, that's like, I mean, how many pairs of shoes would it take to walk? Like, what did they have for shoes? Sandals?
Buffalo hide?
Yeah. And the roads don't look very nice. They don't look very smooth. I mean, it doesn't look good. That's like the first one, and some of these are kind of stupid, so I wasn't gonna go through them all, but I should have maybe picked 3.
It's okay.
One thing that was kind of crazy was that, what did the first one say? It said tomatoes were considered poisonous until the 1800s.
Really?
Well, why would they be considered poisonous? Someone ate one and nothing happened, so now they're poisonous, or what? I mean,
They probably had heartburn or something.
you know,
I mean,
I've never had
if you eat nothing but tomatoes, I think you're gonna end up with some pretty wicked stomach acid.
Hey, not to not to switch it on you.
Well, go ahead and switch it.
Oh, I was on Racer X, and they finally. Oh, they didn't finally. They got like the silly season deal, and they updated it, and I finally seen they got RSR on there this time around.
Sweet.
So you got Zach, and then I think it was this week I seen Jesse posted it on his Instagram that he was gonna be racing again on RSR. And then it's got Dungy on there now.
Awesome.
So Williams and Wetland will compete in 250 Supercross East Region, while Blake Dungy, Ryan's brother, will contest the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championships on a 450. Williams is also confirmed for the Nationals on a 250.
I was wrong. There, I admitted it.
What?
Well, you asked me last week or the week before if Dungy was going to be riding a 450, and I said no. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
I'm wrong a lot.
Where's that razor blade?
No. I guess there's a lot of people that they don't know where they're going. So that should be cool.
Yeah.
They still have Alex Martin as unofficial for the Cycle Trader.
Really?
Yeah. Which you would think he would. Wouldn't you think that this year has been his best year?
No, I would not think that.
Yeah, I would probably disagree with that.
Really?
He had a year when he was on the 1110 Mods Honda. Remember he had a podium ride at Southwick?
Yeah, yeah, but
He's actually, I think, on the Geico bike though for that ride. He had a guest. He had like a fill-in ride for, not sure who, but I think he did the last 3 nationals, which was like Millville, Southwick, and Steel City or something on the Geico.
I might disagree. I know he had a.
He podiumed.
Yeah, he podiumed, but that wasn't on his Geico thing. I'm pretty sure.
No. Yes, it was. It was at Southwick on the Geico.
Okay, I don't know.
Even if it wasn't, it was still his best year.
Funny.
Nah,
Now he's mad. Now I'm getting buzzed. But
did Jason O really just post that? Have they posted when the Motorkazi banquet is? No, they haven't, Jason. There isn't going to be a banquet this year, and your jacket is going to be given to me.
whoa.
Well, there.
There is no Motorkazi banquet, Jason O. For everyone else, it's a possibility. It might be on the 22nd of November. But for Jason, no.
Little hostility there yet.
Oh.
Old wounds never heal.
Wow. All right. I guess that's it, boys. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. Are you gonna watch any of the practice or any of that stuff? You guys into all that?
I'm going to watch whatever's on TV.
Might try to dip into the practice and see.
I have to try to get some locals together and have a little shindig here at the house or something. I think, Jeff, you're going to be up north, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
guess
I got
that means I'll probably be watching it alone.
I got one more weekend of that, I think. Maybe two. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to help them move, but they shouldn't need my help because it's not like they have to move in one day or anything, but it's, yeah, so I do one more weekend of that, and I think I'm back to my normal weekend routine.
Jason, it only takes you 5 hours to get out here.
Yeah. It's not really in the budget right now. Sorry.
That's okay.
Maybe if I had a Focus.
She is pretty sweet. She is pretty sweet. I am thinking of taking the stickers off the back and getting some TMP on there.
I've always wondered why you don't run any TMP stickers.
Oh. Actually, I really wouldn't mind peeling them all off and then doing a side wrap with Talkin Moto. But
Wonder what that paint looks like underneath those stickers.
probably bright yellow still.
I probably wouldn't take them off.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I know. That's why I was gonna... I'm hoping I can do a sweet deal through work or something and print them off at work. I think it'd be... That's the next thing. It'll get a side wrap on it. If it makes it that long.
Gotta get there first.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm gonna try to watch as much of it as I can. So I don't think I'll do the press conference crap, but I might check out some of the qualifying and then for sure check out the races on TV, and that'll be it.
It was kind of funny. I was, just kind of peeking at my phone on Sunday off and on, and I kind of got in on the middle between the messaging between you guys and talking about doing a show tonight, and all I really saw was the first message I got was Jeff saying I'm down for the swirl, which to me means that he's like excited about something. So I was like, all of a sudden my mind starts racing. I'm like, maybe Scotty came upon tickets for us to go to Vegas. I don't know why my mind does that to me. And then I'm like driving home. I'm like, oh, he just wants to do a podcast tomorrow night.
Ah, that would be cool, huh?
It would be.
It better not be next weekend or maybe the weekend after. Beyond that, I might be free, but
Let's get him to reschedule it for us.
Make it happen. That's a bold prediction, Matthew.
10th overall? I don't think that's a bold prediction at all.
he'll do better than that.
I think he will too.
Stamp it.
I don't like that stamp it talk.
I hope he does good.
He'll do well.
Yeah, so I think do another show next Monday after the race, and we'll chit chat about that. Then we'll take a week off. And then we got to figure out who's all in and who's out for next year. Oh man.
What, the podcast?
Yeah.
Talkin Moto's own version of the silly season.
Yeah.
You gonna cut me?
No. No, why would we do that? No.
Jason, you failed on your plural attempt.
Huh?
You failed on your plural attempt.
I know. Hey, it was a long shot.
Missed it by one letter.
You got what I meant.
Well,
Shoot. All right, boys, that's it.
Oh, wait a minute. Quick shout out to Guy Oland for letting me come up and hang out in the tower this weekend. That was a lot of fun. Had a good time up there with him.
Former guest.
Yep.
Good guy, good guy.
hey, I got a quick one for you guys. This'll be interesting to probably no one. Military salutes started with medieval knights who raised their visors to reveal their identities to superiors. Bet no one knew that.
I did not know that.
You never
That was actually somewhat interesting. I applaud you for that.
Oh, it's trailing off. Oh, there it's done.
It's over. Here, I'll get the last one in. There. Oh, God, that was like the most fairy clap ever.
Oh, shoot. So, all right, guys, that's it. If you missed it, or we need to, it is really cool, especially on Facebook. When I post stuff, if you guys can like it and share it, it's pretty cool. You can see, when people are sharing it and commenting on it, how many more views it gets. So, if you could keep doing that, especially with the podcasts on Stitcher and SoundCloud and everything else. So keep liking and sharing and all that other fun stuff. And we will see you next week.
Help us out.